Good morning, everybody. I realize that a lot of you are just getting up or not up or maybe out working. So today, what's today? Wednesday the 19th. My S8 comes in today. Yeehaw. So I had an employee who was actually a crew leader. Had a situation where I had to let him go. I've touched on this a few times before. I've touched on having, you know what, I should put my seatbelt on. I've touched on sitting at a red light, the whole deal with employees and going through them and all that. And I've had, some really good guys work for me, and I've had some really shitty guys work for me. The guy I just let go was my crew leader, and I really liked the guy a lot. My wife and I invested a lot in this guy, helping him find a place to live. Even when nobody would rent him an apartment, one of my clients, that owns a couple of apartments, helped us out and got him in a place. Helped him out with a car, bought it, let him make payments on it to us. Bought him a TV to help out in his apartment. Family and friends gave him furniture. Helped him out with his daughter. My wife, at the time fiance, would pick her up every day from school. We helped, get her enrolled in school. I'm not one to throw things in people's faces by any means whatsoever, but just put it this way: we did a lot for this person. Because that whole thing about investing in your employees and it's important, but I've always maintained that you have to keep a little distance and a little wedge between the guys that work for you, and there's a lot of reasons why. Because you don't ever know, you have no idea what people are capable of, what's really going on in their mind. So I had a situation where, the truck got back really late one night. It didn't get back to my house until like 9:30. And so I'm more of like, I felt there's this one property, Stone Creek, that we do. I've told you guys it's about 45 minutes, drive one way. So we already know that we got an hour commute from this property. So I try to get everybody up, early and out the door. I think they were running late that day. And so anyways, I was working with them that day. There's two phases to it. So we get the one phase done by noon. They were supposed to go to lunch. I buy lunch sometimes on the big properties. And they were supposed to go to the other side and actually do less work. The side, we started on the phase 2 side instead of the phase 1 side, tons of trimming and all that. And when they went to phase 1, all they had to do was just mow, blow, and go. But our version of mow, blow, and go was going all out. The only thing you didn't have to do was trim hedges or anything. So it should have been much quicker, much faster. So I had the same amount of guys out there yesterday, and we were done by 5 o'clock. So the truck doesn't get back till 9:30, and I'm like, hey, what happened so long? Because I feel bad. I don't want people working, and driving and getting the truck back to me so late. So I'm like, what took so long out there? And then he blames it on everybody else, even though he's the crew leader, he's the one in charge. It's everybody else. This guy was slow, this guy wasn't doing anything, which is just, it's just bull crap. It's just bull crap. Let me over, people. So anyway, and I'm not inquiring because I'm like, hey man, what the hell, blah, blah, blah. I'm inquiring because I feel horrible. I ended up bonusing everybody for the week, for staying late that day. So anyway, I was inquiring about it, because they didn't get done until almost 8 o'clock, which is just, that property doesn't take till 8 o'clock to do. So something's wrong, and your crew leader is the one who's in charge. So if something's wrong, he's the one that should ultimately know, what happened or where the breakdown was. So anyway, he gets this attitude, and this has happened a few times where he's got this really, bad attitude, and where he thinks it's okay to mouth off. And I'm very laid back. Like, I may seem like I can get mad just like any person. But I've had so many jobs and I've worked for so many people that I've learned a real abundance of respect, for people that work for me and that I have worked for. So I'm always like, bro, please, hey man, thanks, all that stuff to make you feel like you're not being treated like some little employee. But I mean, that just doesn't, I'm going to always maintain doing that, but that just doesn't always get you anywhere. So, me inquiring like what's going on, just led to, this is bullshit. The amount of hours that I work is not worth it. Just going off in quote unquote said that I paid him McDonald's money. Mind you, this crew leader took home $540 was his take home. Okay. And that was salary. The week before, when it rained for an entire day, they didn't work and they all still got paid for the entire week. But it's okay then. In the wintertime, when you're getting 15 hours and you're still getting paid the entire, week's pay because it's salary. Christmas time, when we're off the whole week and you still get paid plus a bonus. I mean, the personal time off, the amount of times, I've paid for this and that, lunches, I pay for drinks every day. All of that is equivalent to me paying him quote unquote McDonald's money. I mean, that's money that, that's money that teachers bring home, that kind of money, here anyways, which, I think is horrible for a teacher. I mean, I wish I could pay, everybody 50 grand a year. We just can't do that. We don't have that kind of money. So, I mean, obviously that really pissed me off and told me the only reason that he stuck with me this whole time was due to loyalty. Mind you, this person moved from Ohio, had nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not throwing things in people's faces, but what we did was decide to invest this guy because we really liked him, made him a crew leader, get paid him. What in this industry for our town is exceptional. And not to mention all the weekend work. So this guy would take home, $650 to $700 a week if he wanted to work for a few hours on Saturday. So I'm confused where that's McDonald's money. So I just got over it. We got in this big argument. I would never argue with my boss, man, ever. Like, I don't get how people can do that. Like, sit there and tell your boss off, especially if your boss is, one, in the right, and two, like, is not doing anything wrong to you. I just don't get the mentality. So it's a problem with authority is what it is. And unfortunately, I'm your authority. It's not even unfortunate. I'm actually a cool ass boss, man. Like, I take care of these guys. I take them out whenever I can, like usually about once a month. I take them to dinner, lunch, whether I can afford to or not, just as a, hey, thank you. But anyways, so we got in this argument, and what we went, I just got married. Thank you. We got married and I went to, which is why I haven't been online in a while, and I still have to do the get to know me challenge thing. I was called up by, Brandon Rickborn. So, just went to Iceland, for our honeymoon, which was freaking dope. So I was like, dude, you can stay at my house instead of your apartment. It'll help me out and you out. You can watch the house, let the dogs out, whatever. It's mi casa, su casa. It's your house while I'm gone. He didn't stay there at all. He stayed at his own place, which is fine. I had my neighbors come in and take my dogs out and shit. But at the end of the day, when in this message where he's going off saying I pay him McDonald's money, he also said, how about a thank you? Oh my God, dude. He's like, how about a thank you for watching your house? How about a thank you for running? Dude, this is the shit that gets me. How about a thank you for running your business while you were gone, having a good time? Okay. You don't run my business. Okay. You don't, one, you don't go get the clients. Two, you don't bill the clients. Three, you don't do any quotes. Four, you don't plan anything. Five, you're not in charge of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I could go on with about 50 points why saying that you were running my business by doing your job for a week is asinine and hilarious. So he went off saying that he run the business while I was gone. Where's my thank you for watching your house, taking care of your dogs? I mean, he said all that crap. Mind you, after I said, hey, you don't have to, if you want to stay in my house, cool. And he never did, and he hardly let my animals out. My neighbors had to come do it, on top of everything that we've done for this guy. So he goes off and starts saying the wrong things. He said other stuff. I ended up finally saying, "You're fired. Have a nice day." 7 months of your life just went down the drain because you're an asshole. So, and I've given him chance and chance again, whenever he's had such an attitude. But all that stuff saying I pay him McDonald's money and that I need to appreciate him running my business for me, was it for me. So it's entitlement, man. This entitlement thing is a plague. It's a disease, and it's getting out of control. So I have a company phone I leave in the truck, an extra line just in case people's phone die or something like that. And my business debit card. That stuff's supposed to stay in the trucker with me. He happened to have it on him, and I'm like, "Hey, I need my phone and my debit card. It doesn't belong to you. I've already got a year too late. Find out he was stealing weed." Yeah, man. Fortunately, I haven't had anybody steal anything, because this time around I'm doing things a little differently. I have cameras everywhere, so if they want to steal something, go for it. But anyways, he took a phone and he took my debit card, and he knows that stuff's supposed to stay in the truck. And he knows how I am. Like, he has seen me pay dudes. He has seen me pay dudes when they didn't, in his opinion, they didn't deserve to get paid. And here's my whole opinion about that: is if you come to work, you work. And if I don't cut you loose, even if you suck, from the point you show up to the point to where I let you go, that's not even my money anymore. That's your money. So I'd be stealing if I kept your money. That's how I feel about it. So that money sitting in my bank no longer belongs to me. That's yours if you work, period. He already knows that. So I'm like, "Give me my shit back, and I'll give your money to Grant, one of the other guys who lives right next to him." And then he's just like, "No, that's not going to happen." I'm like, "Huh? What do you mean it's not going to happen? It's not even your stuff. You're not supposed to have it in the first place. Give me my stuff. I'll give you your pay." So he's still insisting no. And I'm like, "You're not supposed to have this stuff in the first place, this is my stuff. You know how I am. You get your money, but you don't negotiate with me the terms of you getting your pay that's owed to you. Like, it doesn't work like that." So I gave him one more chance, and he ended up basically telling me to F off. So I still owed $413 on this phone that he took. So I called T-Mobile. I had it bricked. I went up and spent $200 of his dollars that I owed him for the 2 days on the phone, and canceled my debit card. So then what happens after that is I get this text message. Excuse my language, but gave bonus money to clients for 2 hours. Yeah, man, there is definitely a danger with hiring guys that you put in charge of things and then you're not there. The stuff that can happen it's evil, man. It's evil. So anyways, I went and took his money and put it towards the phone. I'm like, "You can keep the phone." And then I canceled my debit card. So then he ends up sending me a text telling me that I'm the truest definition of a fucking sand nigger. So that took me a moment to pause. I don't really care what people say. I'm Arabic. I was born in Morocco on a Navy base. It's just American-owned soil, technically. So, but anyway, I'm Arabic, Irish, and Italian. My grandfather's from Ireland, my grandma's from Italy, and my mom's, from Morocco. So I took a moment and just go, I'm a sand nigger now. So, that came out of this dude's mouth, who he just moved here, like I said, helped him get a job when I couldn't afford it, man. Like, this is when I was just starting to get stuff back together. We couldn't afford it. Me and my girl couldn't afford to pay this guy. We paid him anyway. Helped him, bought a car, let him make payments on it. Helped him get in an apartment, gave him bonuses, bought him TVs, gave him furniture. He would go back and forth to Ohio. We would pay for bus tickets, plane tickets. Got his daughter enrolled in school he doesn't even have custody of. We tried to help him get custody of his. I mean, dude, I could go on and on and on. So this whole time, like, your opinion of me is I'm just a dirty sand nigger, I guess. So, and I hate the N-word, man. Like, but I don't care about being called that. It's the context. No, man. I mean, I'm not worried about it because it's so petty. I'm not worried about suing anybody. I could see that though, and if something warrants it, you know, but for me personally, it doesn't warrant, like, he's not worth my time to go through all that, because I took the money that he owed me and I paid it towards the phone that he wouldn't give back to me. So, but you know, just, it blows my mind though. I don't care about being called a sand nigger, but what it is the principle of it, you know, like I just don't get it. Like, the sand nigger's money was, you know, oh, that's new? Oh man, that's, you know, that's kind of an old term. Like, you know, I've heard, you know, we've heard that a few times, but just calling me any racist term, like, so you're telling me the whole time that you've been working for us, not taking our money, you earned your money, but taking these extra things that we did for you and all that, it was okay then. I wasn't a sand nigger then, but I'm a sand nigger whenever you want to take my shit and you don't want to give it back to me. And then I do what's called the adult and responsible thing, and I take the money that I owe you and put it towards something that you took from me and you won't give me back. So I just thought that was really funny. You know, I've had another guy, you know, use the N-word on, you know, a dude that was actually here at Bishop's Court, where I'm waiting for the guys right now. I actually brought that guy back to work. Larson, he took an LG as a company phone and my debit card, and he shouldn't have had the stuff on him. It's supposed to stay in the truck. It's a big thing. Like, I come get my stuff out of the truck, he knows that he's not supposed to have it, so it's not like he accidentally took it. Yeah, thanks man, appreciate it, James. But you know, he knows he's not supposed to have the stuff. So the fact that you're going to negotiate with me on getting your pay that you know you're going to get, you're going to negotiate with me on stuff that's not yours in the first place. Like, that's not how it goes. That's not how it works. So, but it was just the principle. It is low, but it's just the principle. Like, I'm the sand nigger, but you can take a Christmas vacation plus a $200 bonus for the week, and you have no problem with it then. Like, I can pay you more. My brother's a crew leader. Like, I just don't, you know, the whole family thing hasn't worked out. I love my brother, but he's worked for me 3 times, and yeah, so I mean, my brother works at a company that's 6 times larger than I am, and I mean, he makes $100 less a week, you know, than I paid, you know, Johnny. So it's just, it is crazy though. It's the principle. After all of the things that we did to him, in the end, your final words are, you know, I'm just a sand nigger. You know, I'm the truest definition of one anyway. You know, we're paying to have this dude's taxes done, you know, so, you know, they still aren't done yet or whatever. They weren't now. I don't give a crap. You know, then I get finally he responds a couple days later, messages me, and then tells me, you know, threatens me about giving me, you know, his taxes or whatever. So then I didn't respond to anything, and then I finally had to explain to him that, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to do that whole gorilla, you know, caveman man up things. You know, I've done my share of, you know, training and, you know, having fun with stuff, and so I have no problem facing anybody face to face, you know, if they want to be an arrogant little ass. But at the end of the day, like, I can't handle the racist stuff. Like I said, like I was saying, I had a guy that called, you know, do the N-word out here, fired him on the spot. Like, I don't deal with that stuff, and it's everywhere. And like, I don't care what people think. I don't care about your religious views. I don't care about your political views. I don't care about your habits or anything. You could be a crackhead. You could be an alcoholic. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is giving a person the benefit of the doubt and seeing them as just a neutral, you know, good person. That's all I want to see first. I've been through enough crap in my life to where I don't want to see the negative in anything. I always want to see the positive in something. And how can you move forward if you're always like looking at that negative stuff? I couldn't work for somebody that I had this racial, you know, opinion about, and like, you know, work for him, because, you know, if you want to pull this, I don't know, man, I hate saying things that has to do with ethnicity or race or anything, but in this particular case, you know, the white dude is working for the sand nigger, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, you know, I'm not working for you, you were working for me, you know. So I hate saying that, because I hate the term white dude, you know, or white boy. Like, I don't get any of that racial crap. I mean, I'm Arabic, Irish, and Italian, so like I got a good mix of, you know, culture. So I can't handle any of the racist stuff, man. None of it. So, you know, I don't really have a point to the video today, and I'm probably going on longer than I should, but I think it goes into, I guess if there's a point, it's going it's going to go to investing in your guys. I think that investing in your guys is a great idea, but I think that you need to be careful how much of yourself you put into it. I think there's nothing wrong with helping guys out and this and that, but I think to the degree that I went with him, I will never go to that degree with anybody else. And I don't want it to stain, my wife and I, we don't want it to make it into something that keeps us from doing things for other people, but and it's not going to do that, but it will keep me from doing as much as we did with him in particular. So anyways, just no tolerance to the racist card, man. And it's just crazy because you're just like, as long as we've been working together, that's your opinion the entire time. Like, if I would have known that from day one, like, you never would have had a job. So it's just crazy. But anyways, like I said, I don't mind. Oh man, tell me about it, James. Dude, so many times, I used to have really good, before I got divorced and lost everything and all that stuff, I had really good guys, even though, my wife left for one of them. Anyways, other than that, I had really good guys, but at the end of the day, nobody does it like you do it. And that's the truth, man. So, but I'm working on replacing him with this guy that is moving from Alabama. So I'm meeting him today about 2:00 for an interview. So he's young, he's like 24, 25, but I'm not going to knock somebody, because when I was 24, 25, I was more capable than most people my age, 42 mentally. So he sounds like he knows the deal. I was really young and missed a lot of opportunities because of my age, and I knew that I was more capable than most people. So I don't care about the age thing. I'll hire a 49-year-old guy to do a weed eater if he's bad. I'm 42. I'll work circles around a 19-year-old all day when it comes to work. So I don't really get into the age thing. I don't care about the race, the age, but yeah, they don't have yeah, that's true, man. This guy he's got a 2-year-old. He's left his wife and his daughter in Alabama to come here to get set up. But again, I'm going to be careful, and I'm not going to throw all my resources into a person. But as long as he seems legit, I don't mind doing what I can do as far as helping out. But definitely just be careful on investing in your guys, is what I'm saying. I buy them lunches, I buy waters, I help them out if they need advances, this and that. I don't charge them if somebody needs 40 or 50 bucks, today to cover a cell phone bill. I think that's insane, dude. No offense to anybody. Yeah, man, they do, and you're absolutely right. That's the problem. These guys will get really jealous. They see what you have. They think that you're loaded rich, and there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with owning a business and having money. Nothing. That's why we're in business, is to make money. If I'm not making any money and I live in some shitty ass apartment, what's the point of me owning a landscape business? What's the point? Like, what am I doing? But these guys, I'm not that dude. I used to be that dude. I used to have tons of money, but I don't have money like that. Everything that my wife and I get, we reinvest right back into this. We pay our bills, and we can buy groceries, and we can go to a movie, and I'm happy with that for right now. But these guys see, your nice trucks, your nice stuff, your wife's nice car that she's had before she even met me. You know what I'm saying? We do live in a nice house, but I'm not going to feel guilty because I decide to spend more money than I should to live somewhere to make a good life for my kids. It's called sacrifice. I'm not spending my money on pills. I'm not spending it on alcohol, weed. I'm not spending my money on any of that. These people need to understand that I can make 500, 600 bucks a week and still have just as good as a quality of life as I have owning a landscape business. I've done it a million times over. It's not about how much you make, it's about your budget. It's about what you do with your money. So these guys start screaming and crying, and then they see the boss having all this stuff, and then they go after your clients. I've had guys here at Bishop's Court, one of my big properties, trying to do his own side work inside of the office, and them telling me about it, and I had to fire him and let him go. It's insane. The jealousy, you're 100% right, man. It just chews these dudes up. But you know what? I'll keep going through them and chew them up until I find the crew that understands it and that gets it. I've worked for people, and I've been like, this dude has it going on. If anything, it inspires me. And I always help my guys out. If they want to move on to better things, I've helped 3 guys start landscape companies back in the past. I'm not like that. I'm all about I need you to work. Here's what I'm gonna pay you. If you can do it, cool. If you can't do it, take a hike. No big deal. I love you if you love me. Like, that's how it is, man. Believe in me, I believe in you, back and forth. But these guys start getting jaded. They start seeing all this stuff. And I guess it's my fault because we buy really nice equipment. We spend every dime we have on stuff. So these guys just think that you're loaded. And again, if you are, that's your business. Like, literally, it's your personal business, and it's your business making you money that you're spending money on. How do they expect you to pay them without money? You know how expensive payroll is? Payroll's insane, dude. I mean, workers' comp payroll taxes, it's insane. You got to pay a guy, $700 for him to take home $400. Like, they just don't get this stuff, like, whatsoever. But yeah, they get so jaded and they just get so jealous, and that's the thing, bro. Like, they just get jealous and it eats them up. But those are toxic people, and those are people that I don't want around. Those are people I don't want in my life, period. So, and you never know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get until what's the Forrest Gump, man? It's a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get until you take a bite. So anyway, I'll do the challenge thing next, man. I've been back for just a week now today. So I've just been catching up on a bunch of stuff, man. So, oh, good, man. I'm glad you get that. Well, if I can offer anything motivational, I don't claim to be a motivational speaker whatsoever, but don't worry about the petty shit. We have much bigger things in mind, and that's prospering in our business. So we're going to run into all kinds of crap. Man, I got to tell you guys about Iceland, my honeymoon. We had like a how do they survive moment. It was pretty awesome, but I'll do another thing on it. The guys are pulling up. All right, man, you guys stay awesome.